That's the moment. Who's going to take advantage of it? Well, hopefully not Stripes. Ty has a question for you.
Yeah, Coach, you dealt with this a lot during your dynastic run where it was, fans in the media bitching constantly, hey, every call goes the Patriots' way, no matter what. The officials are on their side. And now we're getting that with the Chiefs. And I think for the most part, players and coaches have kind of just stayed away from it. But even last night, Travis Kelce basically said to the media, like, hey, why are you guys continually running with this referee story as well? Is there any way you dealt with that while you were dealing with it? Or is it one of those things where you kind of just have to ignore it? Because at this point, it's kind of got almost bigger than the game. It's incredibly nauseating, and people just assume that the only reason the Chiefs win all these one-score games is because the refs continually give them call after call.
Well, you're right. We dealt with a similar thing, and we were one of the least penalized teams in the league, especially offensively. But as a total team, we were one of the least penalized teams in the league for a long, long time. I mean, almost 2 decades, and the Chiefs are doing the same thing. But really, the key to it is playing good football. Let's start with eliminating pre-snap penalties, which there are really no excuse for, and eliminating post-whistle penalties, which occasionally there's a close call there, but, roughing the passer, hitting guys out of bounds, roughing the punter, personal fouls, arguing with the referees, all those things. Those are all preventable. So good football teams don't commit those penalties. They let their opponents do that. And then there are the plays that happen in the action of the game, and football's football. And some of them get called, some of them don't. I think the officials have a tough job to do the best they can, but that's overall a pretty good group. But if you want to be a low penalized team, then don't commit pre-snap and don't commit post-whistle penalties. That's a good place to start.
Yeah, well, I think the reason why you had to deal with it and heard about it is because you're great, right? And how is this team that has the same set of rules as everybody else? The NFL is built for parity. If you stink, you get an early draft pick, you can change your thing. We got a salary cap, okay, so everybody's allowed to use the same amount of money, okay? Everybody's working with the same rules here. How is this team so good? Well, it's got to be a work. There's got to be somebody helping them in the system. And it strictly comes with the greatness, I do believe, especially whenever every game that you're playing in is in prime time, which is what comes alongside greatness and being in the middle of a dynasty. More people are going to watch every one of your games. So everything that happens is going to be documented by more people, especially with this Chiefs team, especially with Taylor Swift being a part of it. Here's Travis Kelce last night whenever he was asked if he had any questions for the media.
If I could ask the media one question, why are you guys leaning into this whole ref thing? You know what I mean? Like, why are you guys leaning into it?
Travis is like, hey, listen, the internet is allowed to say this. Okay, the internet and fans are allowed to have their thoughts. But you, as a media member, to think about how many people would have to be in on the take there to rig a game for us every single week, who would have to be able to keep a secret, as I assume a commit is coming to University of North Carolina for Coach Belichick. Congratulations to you. But I like Travis just being like, you guys gassing this thing up is ridiculous, because you're telling me that Roger Goodell is calling each individual ref. We get different crews every single week. So every ref in the NFL is in on it, or just one ref in each crew's in on it, and that's never going to be found out in the sports gambling world. So you're telling me, you media members that are gassing this up, that it's not our hard work, it's not how great we are, it's not us being able to win and perform in pressure-packed moments. It's this refs. That's what you guys would rather talk about. You heard it in Travis's. Travis always tries to keep it positive. Tries to keep it positive, but he was just like, hey, media, the fuck? Okay? Like, this is allowed to be an internet thing, but like to actually start promoting this is absurd. And I know that refs stink, so there's going to be situations where maybe there's a tie-in, like, hey, this ref's daughter, massive Swiftie. Like, and maybe that's going to happen, And hopefully they get to the bottom of it. But I appreciated Travis just being like, yo, come on, let's use our brains here. The amount of people that have to keep this secret would be impossible.